Alright, Shalom. And first and foremost, our praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. The double honor to the Apostle Great Millstone. And salutations to the Akim out there on the four corners of the earth, which pushing this truth and sincerity. Alright? It's like Tasman with another GMS Food of Knowledge. This is GMS Motivation for you brothers out there. This is entitled The Prosperity of the World is Wicked. Okay? Because what's about to start happening is, in order to make money, in order to cope in this society, this RFID chip is gonna be the end all game. Okay. Now, through the spirit, we believe, us at Great Millstone GMS, they're gonna push the celebrities. They're gonna push these celebrities into making the chip hip, so to speak, to the public. You know, because their prosperity lives in this world, so-called matters. Okay, I can't remember where the scripture is at, but it says, oh shit, it's like, yeah. When a poor man speak, he doesn't have no regard, but with a man of high type of standing or something like that to the effect, it's put on high. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Nope. Here we go. Those in Apocrypha. Here it is, Con. This is Sirach 13-23. It says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds, but if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. Right, so when we're coming into times of these rich men, okay, and I'm going on the aspect of your celebrities and you know, like your Will Smiths, you know, your LeBron James, you know, your Michael Jordans, who else? Um, Jamie Foxx, your celebrities, your R&B singers, your Chris Browns, your KRS Ones, um, like Nas. I want to name, you know, the celebrities who have some type of title in his life. Cornell Mess, you know, Jesse Jackass, you know, all those guys, and you know, people take what they say to heart. So I'm reading again. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. Okay, we're the poor man. They're trying to nitpick at every little thing that we say. But the rich men, they hold in high regard. Okay, they love the people with prosperity. Okay, so that's why through the spirit we believe that these guys are gonna be the forerunners, you know, in that type of whatever world it is, to implement this, not implement Salakia, but to push it as something good to do. Okay, so the prosperity of this world, and they do it for money, you know. So the prosperity of this world is wicked, man. You know. So I just want to intro that off like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into the scriptures, because we have a great example to basically to go by in saying, fuck this prosperity of this world, man. This isn't our rest. We don't need prosperity in this world. We need Yahweh Yahweh Shai. And a beautiful example is when Yahweh Shai was taken up to the mountaintop. Okay, and he was showed by Satan all the governments of the world, all the kingdoms of the world. You know, and that type of scenery is played out in reality of our people, of Jake. You know, Satan comes to them and offers them the glories of the world, and they take it. Therefore, they become sellouts, man. And Jake is gonna sell out for that chip. Jake gonna sell out for that chip, man. He's gonna get a good amount of Israelites, 2/3, to take that chip, man. So I'm just gonna go through these scriptures real quick and go over some more things, through the Spirit. So this is Matthew 4:8. It says, "Again, the devil taketh him up." I'm just gonna be getting right to the points. This is the scene with Yahushua after he fast 40 days. Okay, and this is that scene. And who came to tempt him was Satan. This is Matthew 4:8. It says, "Shlakir. Again, the devil taketh him up," that him is Yahushua, "into an exceeding high mountain, and sheweth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them." So just imagine that. Satan showing you everything in this world, and you can actually be a part of that lifestyle, which you can see right now today. You see how Jay-Z can go anywhere he wants. Money. He's a billionaire. Okay, or a millionaire. Whatever, a millionaire. That's still a lot of money to lay back on and not do nothing. Okay? Your Beyoncé's. People like that. They were shown the kingdoms and everything of the world, but everything of this world is wicked of Satan. See, hence that Satan tried to persuade Yahushua into bowing down to him for all of that. So it says, "Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and sheweth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them. And said unto him, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me." And that's what Jake has done. They have fallen down and worshiped Satan. Okay, they fallen down and worshiped this so-called white man who's powered by the spiritual demon Satan. Okay, by selling out, by making so-called blood sacrifices. Okay, where they have to kill their family members or certain family members and to obtain prosperity. And it's been countless of times where people came out and admitted it. The Lord is revealing the wickedness of America. So hence that they have to show the wickedness of our people and what they're doing to be inside of America. Okay, because this isn't our rest, man. All right? I'm going to jump. Let me get this real quick. This is Psalms 102, and I'm going to start from 4. It says, "They wandered in the wilderness in a solitary way. They found no city to dwell in. Hungry and thirsty, their soul fainted in them. Then they cried unto the Lord Yahweh in their trouble, and he delivered them out of their distress." So the point is, 107 and 4 of Psalms, they wander in the wilderness in a solitary way. They found no city to dwell in. And that's Jake now. Okay? We have no place of rest here. Okay? They found a city to dwell in. Babylon, America, the wilderness here, this isn't a city to dwell in. Okay, this is the valley of the shadow of death. Okay, Jake can't dwell over here in this world, but what Jake does is he gets persuaded by Satan, and me personally have accounts on personal people I know who is in whether it's the music industry, okay, or whether it's in the sports industry, okay. In fact, a very close friend of mine of the world, Not so close now that I'm in the truth, but a very very close friend who's in the NFL. You know, he has admitted certain things of that being slavery. You know, so the prosperity of this world is wicked, man. Everything that's going on in this world is of Satan. Okay, and to live in this life, you have to bow down to Satan. How the devil tried to get Yahweh to bow down. You know, verse 10 it says, "Then said Yahweh unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only shalt thou serve." And that should have been the mindset of all Jake. But we have to fulfill prophecy. We know that we have hirelings amongst us. Okay, and we know we have a lot of sellouts to get the undesirables. You know, the undesirables to get that 2/3 mark, that 2/3 stamp. You know, so we see that Satan is going to and fro, getting Jake to worship him and bow down to him, and in that outcome, they get the prosperity of this life. Okay, I just want to get this real quick. This is Sirach. This is Sirach. How can I forget the? Where are we at? Okay, there we go. Sirach 19:22. It says, "The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudent. There is a wickedness in the same an abomination, and there is a fool wanting in wisdom." Right? It says the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, because once you get in those worlds, you have to uh, uh, um, acknowledge and be a part of the society, be a part of the image of the beast. You have to go with homosexuality. Okay, you have to go with. You can't talk about homosexuality. You can't frown upon that. Okay, you got certain guys who gets into this society, as far as Jake gets into the society, and form their own so-called culture. They want to set their own culture inside this demonic ass system. Okay, that's why I brought this up about the Congressional Black Caucus, Jake. You see, but as you can see this picture, all these are Israelites, man. But guess what? You got this devil in the midst of them. So we know who's running the show here. You see that? We know who's running the show here. Now, isn't that ironic? Okay, all these men, Israelite men in the Black Caucus, they're supposed to be so-called 13 founders, hence 13, that demonic number, okay, that Satan uses, okay? And then you got this devil right here, okay? Because they got the wisdom of this bullshit world, and they formulated what is known as the Black Caucuses, but Esau is in control of that. They did this for prosperity in America, you know? Just for prosperity in America. That's why the scripture says that knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counselor of sinners prudent. Okay? There is a wickedness in the same an abomination. There is a fool wanting in wisdom. And the Black Caucus, they believe that they have some type of wisdom or knowledge or some type of power because they're in that field of America, man. You see, like the scripture in Genesis 49th chapter, it tells you how you'll be at the neck of your enemy. You will always be below this devil in his world. All of these men, one Eve, and then this devil who's running the whole show. You know? The philosophers. I just put up black conscious philosophers. You know, they got Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, to prove all this is bullshit, and because none of it has to do with being of Israel. None of this has to do with being an Israelite. Okay, they got the riches of the so-called white man, and they sold out for it. Okay, whether it was physical of having sex, okay, or making some type of sacrifice for the prosperity of this world, man. In which I'm going to get into that with this video. Lord willing that you brothers and few sisters may be able to hear it. But I'm going to get to that in a minute. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, the wisdom of this world. Because once you get in that life, they expose you to certain things, you know. The 33rd degree masonry. KRS-One, he goes on his whole spiel about the Illuminati and the Freemasonries and how he's a part of the 33rd degree club and things of that nature. They believe all that foolishness of wisdom in this world, makes them some type of prophet or righteous, you know. But I'm going to get to this. This is First Corinthians. Why did I read that? I think I read it from here. Well, I'm going to start from here because there are different parts. But this First Corinthians 1:20, it says, "Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Hath not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world? For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High." Right, the world by wisdom didn't know the Lord because they get their wisdom and their knowledge and everything they can from Satan, because Satan put them on that mountaintop, man. That's why Jake, who's in those type of fields, be so proud, because they're learning the ways of the devil, the image of the beast, into joining this damn demonic society, man. And it puts them on some type of high level of the world. Okay, so it says, for after, this is First Corinthians 1:21. For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. So we're the foolish of teaching, because they think this is nothing, but this is the real wisdom. This is the real understanding. This is the real knowledge. Okay, they think that what we're doing, okay, which it appears to be foolish. We got our garments on. Okay, we're out yelling at the top of our lungs sometimes on the corners of America. Okay, but we're gathering what is known as the elect. So it says, for after that, in wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. See, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. Okay, because the wisdom of this world is wickedness. So they won't be able to appreciate the knowledge of Yahweh Shai. Okay, I read that earlier, but I'm going to just read it again. Psalms 107:4. They wandered in the wilderness in a solitary way. They found no city to dwell in. And just like now, we don't have a place to dwell in, man. America is not the place to be. Okay, this place is full of darkness. Okay? Let's see what I'm going to give it here. I want to bring this out real quick, and then I'm going to show you, I give the video. It says, this is Isaiah 28:15. It says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. So Jake made these covenants with the devil. Okay, they signed on that bloody contract. They got themselves into the political field, the political world, Salakia. Okay, for that prosperity. But in all actuality, what they did, it says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. And Jake has hidden themselves of being who they are, because they wanted to follow after this society. They wanted to be Israelites in Babylon, man. Okay, or they wanted to be Americans in Babylon. They didn't want to be Israelites in Babylon. They hid themselves, man. Okay? And they don't believe that will happen to them, because you have Esau being a devil, promising all of these promising safety unto them, promising a good, well-off life. But Yahweh Shai is going to come and destroy that, man. Okay? Yahweh Shai is going to come and destroy all of that, man. This verse 16, it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, power, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. It says, judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the water shall overflow the hiding places. Okay? Because when the men of the Lord step on the scene, all right, all the wickedness is going to be revealed. That foundation stone, okay, that precious cornerstone, Yahweh Shai, okay, we're gonna attach to that, man. We're not gonna attach to the covenant of death, okay, because they made that their power, they made that their God by selling out, okay, signing those contracts on that bloody line, you know. So I wanna show you Akim this video, which is on my page already. If you have seen it, if you haven't seen it or not, it's fine. I'm gonna play a little bit of it because this is what it's talking about by making those covenants with death. Okay, this is one of the covenants with death, man. By having to sell your soul for this fortune and fame. Okay, so I'm gonna play this video. Let's see.
Listen, they already trying, but that's what I'm trying. But that's what was happening. Like, I'm not with it. When they, you know what I mean? Like what they do is this is what they do. Like, and they know what they do with the artists is easy. They send the stylist at them first. Yeah. Yep. And if the stylist report back and be like, oh, he ready, then they invite you to the party, and that's when they be like, yo, look, when you go in here, it's gonna be some. You know what I mean? It's a nigga at the door.
Okay, now look, what Ali Vegas is doing to you right now, he's giving you the game of how these niggas be getting turned the fuck out. In this shit. Like they try to put this tight ass shirt on you.
That's what they do.
And if you wear the shirt,
they like, oh, he ready.
He with it.
That's you telling them like, yeah, I'm ready. And then next thing you know, you get invited to the party where the greeting is the man squeezing your dick.
Whoa!
I'm telling you.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm telling them like, yo, son, like it was so crazy because I always tell them, like my cousins would be like, yo, son, like you that guy, like you. I'm like, bro, I don't want it that bad.
So, all right, let's keep it a buck. Did you?
So you got to get involved in the homosexual. We gonna finish saying it, you know. But I just want to, the commentary a little bit. That covenant of death, okay, Isaiah 28:15, because ye have said we have made a covenant with death, okay, and with hell are we at agreement. That's part of that covenant of death, man. Having to engage in homosexual activities to get the prosperity of this world, man, and it's being revealed. You know,
actually see niggas get twisted to the other side.
You go to that, you go to that party. Like if you ain't turning around and you see everybody, you seeing everybody walk through the joint. I mean the thuggish niggas. You see them walking, you like. And you in the parking lot, like, on your way out, like, yo, son, that shit crazy.
Yeah.
And they like, oh, I know.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, yo, nah, that's just some wild shit. Nah.
You know
I'm just going to go check it out.
That's, like, what I'm trying to tell you. It's like, we coming down the hill, yo, bro, this is facts. Like, for years, like, so my cousins used to be like, yo, man, like, so then what happened was, you know what I mean, my cousin Sherm, you know what I mean, my cousin Jafar, you know what I mean, like, he was...
Sherm is your cousin?
Yeah, Sherm, you know Sherm?
Sherm the what?
I'm talking about basketball Sherm.
Oh, no, I was talking about the Queensbridge dude.
Nah, he not from Queens. No,
okay, yeah.
But I'm like, yo.
See, everybody gets the same, he's at the basketball, okay, but he was a rapper, okay, so they introduced the rappers to the scenery. They introduced the basketball players to it, you know. Oh, let me bring something up real quick, man. The newest sellout faggot, okay, who made that covenant with death, You know? Isaiah Thomas, the fucking basketball player. I ain't gonna click on all the damn, but check him out. Check him out. You can type it in yourself. I ain't gonna click on, what I'm saying, the entire thing. But he's posing in nude now. Now, before, what happened was, I think here's a picture. Here's his cousin. This is his cousin. His cousin was killed. Okay? His cousin was killed not too long ago. I think at one of his games. I think, brother, I've spoken about this before. I don't know if other brothers have spoken about it. Let's see here. His cousin, Isaiah Thomas' cousin, died in a car crash. Right? Wham. Oh, his sister. Okay, here we go. The Celtics star sister was killed one day before the team opens a first-round playoff series. His sister got killed right before the playoffs. Okay? Now, I'm just gonna show you how these niggas deal with these spirits. Right after his cousin, right after his sister was killed, he scores an all-time high 53 points to lead the Celtics to win. Right after that happened, right? Now, after the sister was killed, okay, he scored the top damn points, okay, in the playoffs. Then he's doing the nude shit. You see what I'm saying? So he was introduced. They came to him, gave him a call. You're next. Sacrifice. Boom. Your sister. You scored your all-time high, and now you're posing on fucking magazines and nude, man. You see? So they hit all field. They hit the basketball. They hit the football. They hit the music industry. All of that shit, man. This world is fucking wicked. But going back to what I was saying earlier, to draw up to this whole conclusion of the whole matter, is that the prosperity of these celebrities is wicked, but the new money system is going to be the chip. Okay? The new money system will be the chip. And you're going to have these damn sellout niggers, okay, to put on this whole fad of get the chip. You know what I'm saying? So let me finish playing this.
I'm telling him like, yo, he like your bag. Whatever he started doing his, he started doing like, modeling, whatever. I mean, he was Macy's, everything. He rocking that, you know what I mean? He rocking. He got everything, Macy's. I mean, boom. He about to be the next Tyson Bradford. Like lined up, like contracts lined up. Boom.
If they're coming in with them.
The next, matter of fact, he had about like, boom, he had a $6 million contract. You know what I mean? Like for do the Law and Orders. You know what I mean? Boom, Law and Orders and all that. So the night before that, the day before you signed the contract, they was going to celebrate. Like, yo, Tyson.
Come to one of them parties.
Tyson, I'm like, yo, we're going to go celebrate, right?
Yeah.
So, boom. he gets to the party, whatever, rocking. So Tyson like, yo, you ready for the mall? Like, it's gonna change your life, you know what I mean? But he like, yo, before we do that, we gonna go in this room. Like, whoa. Like, he like, this is, you know what I mean? He see everybody going in there. He like, yo, we gonna go in this room. Like, you might gonna see some. So he's like, what? So it was like 3 or 4 of them. You know what I mean? 3 or 4 of the, you know what I mean? The next top people, whatever. So someone was like, yo, he like, skirt. Left all that shit on the table. He called me like, yo, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yo, what? He like, all this time, like, I was just thinking you was making an excuse. You know what I mean? Like, making an excuse why you not on top or why, you know what I mean? He said, and when you was telling me that, when you telling me this, because I'm telling him, you know what I mean? Because that's my family, so I'm giving him the inside track. Like, no, this how that shit work.
And you said, and just to clarify for the people, you said Tyson, meaning Tyson Bedford, not Mike Tyson.
No, not Mike.
Don't come try to fuck me up, Mike Tyson.
It
was nigga Alex. Throw him away, right?
Nah,
Soldier Boy gonna get fucked up. Like,
you know what I mean? But that was, you know what I'm saying?
that shit is on.
And he left it on the joint. He left. He was like, I can't even fuck with American politics. He moved. Like,
yeah, wow.
He moved to Saudi Arabia. He like, I can't. He's like, yo, he said, I'm sorry. Like, he apologized to me all the time. Like, yo, that shit crazy.
So a lot of times when the fans, y'all ask me, yo, doggy, why you ain't this? Why you ain't that? And I always tell y'all, because I refuse to sell my soul. Mm-hmm. And selling your soul is not some prick in your blood, you know, you're in shit. No, motherfuckers is taking your ass.
Yeah, because they need something
to hold over your head.
So they can always bring you down.
Yep, like, yo, you got your ass took.
That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of these niggas don't be hanging out. These niggas be girlfriends to these niggas.
Yeah, exactly.
They be girlfriends to the bigger niggas. Like, I said, I'm just telling you, like,
I mean, what he's saying is actual facts.
Hey, this world is fucking wicked. To get prosperity in this world is fucking demonic and sick. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna keep, watching it. You brothers can see the title. I leave Vegas exposes the rituals he saw rappers do for the fame. I'm gonna leave it at that. This shit is wicked, man. The prosperity of the world is wicked. Now I want to get into Maccabees because, like I said, it's all avenues. Okay, and I'm gonna read about what Jason did in the time of the Greek Empire. Jason being an Israelite, okay, how he sold out for money. He sold out for money, and he got other Israelites to do the same deed. Going back to here with Sirach 13:23, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith, they extol it to the clouds. So they're gonna follow after these fucking celebrities, man. These rappers, whoever's in this industry, like, and whoever has some type of fame in the world. So Jason, of course, he had to be one of those type of men back in the ancient world. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and read it. This is 2 Maccabees 2 and 7. But after the death of Seleucus, when Antiochus called Epiphanes took the kingdom, Jason, the brother of Onias, labored underhand to be high priest, promising unto the king by intercession 303 scoring talents of silver, and of another what is that word? I know the U is revenue. It's like of 80 talents. I believe it's revenue. I don't want to get it wrong. Hold on. Just to make sure, because that's in the Old English. Okay, I was right. Revenue. Okay, it says, besides this, he promised to assign 150 more if he might have license to set him up a place of exercise and for the training up of youth in the fashions of the heathen. So this fucking faggot, all right, he trained up young Jake Okay, to be in the lifestyle of the heathens. And now today, whoever Jason may be, he's in that position. He's gonna get Jake to take that fucking chip, man. Okay, he's gonna get Jake to take the chip because this is in the sports field. Okay, it says, and to write them of Jerusalem by the name of Antiochus. So he wanted to call them by the name of Antiochians. Okay, just like call himself by the name of American. It says, which when the king had granted and he had gotten into his hand the rule, he forthwith brought his own nation to the Greekish fashion. And that's what Jake is doing now, because guess what? They got tempted by Satan, going back to Matthew the 4th chapter, which Yahushua overcame that. Likewise is the elect of Yasharallah, okay, of the 144,000 and a multitude. They're going to overcome Satan's, Satan's proposal. Okay? So it says, I'm going to read this part, verse 10. 2 Maccabees 2 and 10. It says, which when the king had granted and he had gotten into his hand the rule, he forthwith brought his own nation to the Greekish fashion, and the royal privileges granted of special favor to the Jews by the means of John, the father of Apollos, who went ambassador to Rome for amity and aid. See, Jake going to the devil for everything. He took away and putting down the governments which were according to the law. He brought up new customs against the law. For he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself, and brought the chief young men under his subjection. He put them under their rule. Okay? Under his rule. By the way of under the Greek Empire. And made them wear a hat. So he put them under his subjection in that sports field, right? And this is the key point. It says it made them wear a hat. Now, you brothers know, you brothers who's into sports or whatever, when you get drafted on your draft day, no matter what world, baseball, basketball, soccer, football, when they get drafted, they have to put on the hat. That goes back to this custom that they're subject to the governments of who they're playing for. Now such was the height of Greek fashion and increase of heathenish manners through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch and no high priest. Okay, so he got them to sell out by wearing the hat, by the goodies of the world, man. I wanted to go into this. This is I just typed in hat symbolism. So this is on hat symbolism. It says the hat represents authority and power because it covers the head. Now we know when it comes to the scriptures, man, when you prophesy, or a man is not supposed to have his head uncovered. So everything is always contrary. It says the hat contains thought. Therefore, if it is changed, an opinion is changed. The covered head shows nobility. See that? Against the scriptures. And different hats signify different orders within the social hierarchy. You see? Different orders in the social hierarchy. So that hat is very deep on why they be making these celebrities and stuff like wear these type of hats. And those hats have to be with whatever team they're in, or like the brother Ira, he brings out how Mayweather always has that money team hat, which is really initiated by a fucking Edomite who owns his money team corporation, which he doesn't really own it. So he's showing who he's under. Now the public may not know who he's under, but he knows, and the in crowd knows that he's under someone. Remove of a hat upon entry into a building shows respect. A hat is a ring, can be a challenge or a competition. Tall has representatives of witches and folklore, which you can go research about that, because that's true about those warlocks with the demonic ass hats. Abraham Stinking Lincoln. I'll just throw him out there. Okay? So that's dealing with the hat and this whole prosperity shit, man. Let me get no, I got too much scripture. I'm just going. I want to just pull this out. This is dealing with history in our in history in the time of Jeremiah. But it gets on in about the prosperity, how the king wouldn't follow after the prophet's orders, instructions on righteousness. Okay, this is something just quick I pulled up. This is Jeremiah 22:21. It says, "I spake unto thee in thy prosperity, but thou saidest, I will not hear." Right. So if we come and say you got to give up all your riches, give up this, give up that for Yahweh Shai, 2/3 of our people will not do it. Okay, this is an example. Okay, this has been thy manner from thy youth. See, not hearkening unto Yahweh Shai, that thou obeyest not my voice. See, you see, the men of the Lord has always been here, going to our basically our people, Israelites, setting them straight. Okay, the will of Yahweh Shai, and Jay just don't want to do it. It says, "I spake unto thee in thy prosperity." Do you think we're gonna go to Denzel Washington, Jay-Z, about changing their life around? They ain't gonna do it. You know. Hell, Denzel Washington already made a movie of him getting the chip. Okay, the movie is called Manchurian Candidate. Okay, and I think he made another movie about the chip. You know, but you know what? It's fucking. We understand that the prosperity of this world is wicked. You know, and you're gonna have to sell out. You got to do wicked acts to obtain that prosperity, to keep that money flowing. Okay, let me just read this. Jeremiah 22:21. "I spake unto thee in thy prosperity, but thou saidst, I will not hear. This hath been thy manner from thy youth, that thou obeyest not my voice. The wind shall eat up all thy pastors, and the lovers shall go into captivity. Surely then shalt thou be ashamed and confounded for all thy wickedness." And the Lord took down the kingdom of Judah at this point in time because of that. But just like now, the Lord is going to take down all of our wicked leaders, man. You know. Last scripture. This is Ecclesiastes 10:5. It says, "There is an evil which I have seen under the heaven, under the sun, Salakia, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place." You know, so the evil that's under the sun is all the wickedness of this world given and gotten by prosperity, by Satan. Folly is set in great dignity. Everything of this world is straight folly, man. If it's not of Yahweh Shai proclaiming that you're an Israelite, okay, and the Lord is on his way back, it's folly, man. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places. So all of this of the world, I'm gonna keep on getting on this chip. This chip represents folly, man. This chip represents wickedness and vainness. And this is going to be great dignity when they further push it. Okay? And through the spirit of Habashim Shah, we believe of Great Millstone that they're going to use these celebrities and these head figures to help push this agenda. You know? So, with that concludes the lesson. The spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Okay, I'd like to give double honor to the Apostle Great Millstone. Okay, citation to the Akim out there in the four corners of the earth, who's pushing this truth and sincerity, okay? And who's standing on our partner watch. With that, Shalom.